This is Trans Africa Radio.
Nhlanhla Nhlapo here on behalf of Trans Africa at SAB World for the launch of SAB's Beers for Africa in conjunction with Stop Hunger Now, stopping hunger in the name of beer.
It started about 4 years ago, and it was via our major Mandela Day events that we normally activate at the Sandton Convention Centre. So what used to happen was that SAB would take several teams and they would package meals. I think it was something around 150 to 200,000 meals, okay, yeah, for Mandela Day. And those meals were used to supplement university students. So it's a long relationship. And I think now's the time where we're taking it to a whole new level.
Yes, and I think that it's a good point because part of the project is about the pride of having authentic African products and conquering the world, right? There are so many international brands, even within our portfolio, that do so well internationally. Beer consumers around the world are more and more keen to try new flavors, new beer experiences. I think it's time for African brands to be available for consumers around the world. And I do believe that, bringing this heritage and this pride, it's something that is extremely valuable. And it's a totally win-win. So I do believe that in that sense, this link with beer and culture, this is something very relevant. We really hope that this is a first step, a first edition, but 3-5 years from now, I think that we'll be driving the whole African culture in different parts of the world. I think the impact is huge because beer has all to do about heritage and the traditions of people and their tastes and their taste profiles, the things that people locally prefer. So I think that sharing this experience and sharing the way that those ingredients were produced, locally produced, and sharing more about information about the countries where they came from, their cultural events, all these things we can explore through that project. So I believe it's a great link. What I expect is actually have opportunity to bring more countries and more brands into, and we are working very hard to make sure that we have the rightful logistics, that we can guarantee the right quality and shelf life for our products to be able to be exported. Because one of our jobs is making sure that these beers, they can travel long distance and keep their quality. So these are the parts that we are hoping to improve and bring more brands and more countries into the newer editions.
You know, unfortunately, that's not what we're focusing on. Trying to curb xenophobia, I think, is a responsibility for every one of us because we're all Africans. And I think we tend to forget that there was a time when South Africa itself was going through this whole turmoil. And we had the ANC members and ZANU-PF and all of them living in different countries, and they were welcomed. For me, it's we need to get rid of this fear of what other people can come into our countries and take our jobs. And I think one of the issues I see is that South Africans have grown up with this mentality that you need to work for someone. And I'm saying to them, well, why don't you work for yourself? We need to breed more entrepreneurs, because a lot of the people that come through from other countries don't come here looking for jobs. They come here and they start a business themselves. And that's what I don't see happening with South Africans. So, unfortunately, there's not much we can do, but I think it's up to each one of us, to speak out against it and to say, you know what, it's not acceptable. It really isn't.
And I'm loving that we're actually doing that through beer with this campaign.
Absolutely.
Beers from across the
Absolutely.
continent in one place.
Yeah.
So we can all share different beer, taste the country, taste the culture, and actually experience something different.
And hopefully, we can experience what the other universities are also doing, and who knows, this can get even bigger and better. I mean, one of the core foundations that or what's been spoken about here, SAB really supports, creating jobs. And for me, if this grows, where we now need to do, feed 1 million students, let's say, and that's no longer going to be something a volunteer can do. It's going to create employment opportunities. And because of economies of scale, it's going to mean the R2.90 is not only feeding students, but it's actually creating employment. And I'd love for that to happen. I'd love for that to happen.
No, and just complementing, we also believe that entrepreneurship is something so important. And one of our pillars is development and growth through development of entrepreneurs. So one of our objectives in the next 5 years is also to generate 10,000 new jobs through agriculture, through the development of local entrepreneurs through our SAB Foundation. So this is one of our 3 pillars, because this is what really drives the economy and makes people improve their lives, this growth and meaningful job creation.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, we've traveled to 31 African countries. So every single beer that we have here, out of the first 8 is from Lesotho. Yeah, we've had, but I'm gonna go and choose Dojem because it's sort of a Mozambican beer. It is Mozambican, but very, very proud. Obviously, being Portuguese, I'm gonna go for Dojem.
Well, you saw me holding this one up. This is the one. This is the one. Yeah, very light. It's Maluti. Hey, it's Maluti. It's Maluti. It's Maluti. Yeah. Very light beer, man. I don't want to do the heavy ones. Yeah, keep it light. Yeah.
This is Trans Africa Radio.